Okay, good. There's the ping. Beautiful. I was worried that wouldn't happen.
Did I hear it through your headphones?
Or through the screen share.
All right.
That's possible.
Okay, that would explain it because I was so confused.
Yeah.
How the fuck did I hear that?
Uh-oh. Hasn't been a minute yet. Nah, I'm sure it'll be fine.
Oh, what did I say?
You said the F word.
I did?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That wasn't intentional.
Anyway, what's up, guys? Oh my god, here you come. Good lord.
Christ, it went from 0 to 100.
Here I was thinking we're gonna have like 5 people this stream. Alright, that's good. I think it's just that YouTube didn't send it out until it actually went live. That's fine.
Yeah, I didn't get the notification for a while. I probably have it now. Anyway.
Yeah.
No, oh, no, I did get it.
Yeah. Well, I hope the music's not too loud. I've tried making the volume of things a little bit higher during these streams because I notice sometimes they're a little too quiet. So I boosted it very slightly. Okay, cool.
How could you?
Did I? Please tell me I'd set the latency correctly. Actually, I did. Good. That's the first time I didn't look. You said yeah.
I did.
Oh, that's
me
crazy.
Too. I wasn't thinking. It comes out. I'm sorry if I got the video demonetized.
It'll be fine. Anyway, welcome everyone. Oh god, it's already been a year. Jesus.
A year since
I uploaded the first Sonic or every achievement video.
Oh, okay.
Did I tell you that's what the premise of this was?
No.
Well, now you know.
You just kind of told me, "Hey, I'm gonna do this thing. Do you want to join me?" Didn't really like.
You. Okay, never mind. Yeah, I'm giving some behind-the-scenes stuff on the video, the first retro achievements video.
You did, but it was very just like you're like, oh, I'm gonna react to like the videos and stuff. You didn't really tell me much details, no.
That's fair. Oh well. Yeah, Sonic Adventure 2, I guess you could say was the season finale. I don't really split these up into seasons, though. The most I'll do is, like, let's say I finish Sonic CD sometime within now and the next few months or whatever. I'll probably package up all the classic Sonic videos and make them a compilation, that sort of thing.
A year and we had no Digimon retro.
I've never played Digimon, so...
Except
for Cyber Sleuth, I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Like, what the fuck you mean?
Well, yeah, I'm waiting for the revision, though, Duck. I don't know when that's wrapping up. It's been a while since I've checked. I could check real fast.
Morgan, I know you're joking, but you're gonna make me insecure.
Okay, no, the revision's still going. It expires in July, so they have a couple months still.
My self-esteem's been worse lately in general, so I kind of have to be careful.
Well, pretty nice. Alright. Does the general population know what the next game after Mario video is? The general population should know, because I have made it known several times we're doing Shadow the Hedgehog next.
I know you don't mean it, Morgan.
The order right now, actually, it's going to be Shadow, it's going to be Jammer Lammy, which is the next Parappa game, and then it's going to be Pokemon Crystal. And after that, then it'll probably be Sonic CD. But we'll see. I might think of another small game to do.
Meanwhile, I'm just tuning it all out.
Damn. It's gonna be vanilla. It's gonna be vanilla Shadow. I could have done Reloaded, but I want to do original games first.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. What's up, Lucy?
I said I'm kind of confused at what you're doing in general, but that's probably a conversation off stream.
What I'm doing on the stream right now?
No, with your channel and stuff.
Oh.
Because you like, we talked about it, and then you changed your mind on it, but I don't really know where you're at then.
I don't know where I'm at either. I think my current position right now is, I want to keep going, but I want to downscale it a bit.
Real question is, have you been applying for jobs?
I've been looking, yeah. I applied for a couple, yeah.
Okay.
The search has been kind of slow, though.
Well, at least you're looking.
Oh, got you, Blue. Alright. So, yeah. It's probably looking quite likely that I'm going to be downscaling the videos and they're going to be coming out very, very, very infrequently, as opposed to just somewhat infrequently. But, we'll see.
I think that's a running joke, Blue. Like, be like, ugh, I hate jobs so much. Fucking censor it.
Yeah. Okay. I think I should actually, like, start now. The problem is this is very off the cuff, so I don't exactly know how I'm going to start.
Off the cuff?
Off the cuff, yeah, you don't know what that means?
I've never heard of that in my life.
It's improv. It's very from the heart, that kind of thing.
I've never heard that though.
Now you know.
What is used, like, where did you hear that from, like, originally?
Just around the internet. I should, okay. I know where I can start. How this even started, I guess, would be a good place to begin. So for those of you that don't know, and considering how many people subscribed in the past year, it's possible that a percentage of you don't. I used to be a Steven Universe channel, where I would do, I used to call it a parody. That was back before I knew what parodies were of everything wrong with, and I did it on Steven Universe.
Why were they called parodies?
Because I didn't know what the word parody meant.
No, but, like, it wasn't just you. Anybody who, like, did a similar thing called it a parody. Like,
I don't know.
Why? Who started that?
I don't know. Changing the word, what the word parody means? Yeah, I don't know. But, yeah. Did that for about 6 years? 7 years?
Too long.
7 years. Actually, this year it'll have been 9 years since I had started doing that. So that should give you an idea. Like DBZ Abridged? Absolutely not like DBZ Abridged.
No,
it's an everything wrong with video.
He's just talking shit. With some joke.
I don't have anything against the everything wrong with format. Unlike most people nowadays, where it seems like everything wrong with is a format people hate with every fiber of their being. I don't hold that. It really depends on who's the person behind it, though. The problem,
I like Pokefins.
Yeah. The problem is that it gets really repetitive. It's the same video every single time. There's very little creative freedom in what you can do with it. At least to me.
You're the same every time. That's what I love, John.
Yeah.
Like repetition.
And some of that philosophy has rolled over into the retro achievements videos. I will say I think I have been editing them mostly the same for the past, like, 3 now. But I have a lot more creative freedom with what I can do. Unlike everything
And people
wrong
like
with,
it more.
where it feels like, hold on a minute. What, enough to where they feel different, you know?
You can pretend they're different.
Exactly.
I swear they're different. Oh.
I wonder what's going on in the alternate timeline where this video bombed and it was just a one-off. Well, first of all, the 3 videos would have had to have bombed pretty hard. We're talking like less than 1,000 views after like 5 days. Maybe
in that timeline we'd actually get the Pony Ma video.
Oh, true. I would have thrown something else at the wall. Here's, all right, I guess I can continue the story. End of 2023 was when I was looking, I was already in between seasons, and I was already thinking, oh god, I need to do something, anything else, because if I just do these videos for the next few years, I feel like I'm going to lose it. So, beginning of 2024 rolls around after a bit of thinking, I'm like, okay, I'm done. I'm moving on. I just made a video that's saying, it's indefinitely postponed. I don't know if I'll be back. I was done at that point, I think. So, again, took another few months, thought about it. I've known Retro Achievements since, like... shit, it has to be since, like, 2022. I've had an account there for a while now. Yeah, for a while. And I'd played a few games, but I never really had the push to, like, take the platform seriously. You know, it's something. It was just something I thought about. But when I was thinking of a content idea to do, stuff I could throw at the wall. You know, I'm getting I'm getting achievement videos for, like, modern games. I'm getting 100% videos for more modern games. I had not seen much coverage for retro achievements back then. So I figured, you know what? This website looks pretty popular. I would say I'm a fan of it, even if I haven't really looked into it and used it too terribly much. What the fuck have I got to lose? Do it.
We lost Pony Ma.
We did lose Pony Ma. You guys are not going to know what that is. I had my own Wikitubia page since my Everything Wrong With days, so not a new thing. But I guess it's been revised a little since then, so I guess you could say that.
I think.
So I went on the website. You can tell by my profile picture I'm a fan of Sonic, so I looked, saw there were many Sonic games that I could pick from. And I think that's where the light bulb went off, where I'm like, oh yeah, I think I can do this. I think this is sustainable. So I pick Sonic 1, I fire up a stream, I'm like, hey, let's look at this cool website, we'll try it. And the rest is history. It's very likely, it's very likely that I would have stuck with it for a tiny bit, even if the videos did not blow up. But the fact that people are watching me certainly helps. Used to be around the same amount of subs as my friend, now you've doubled up. Congrats, thank you. I appreciate that.
What a nerd.
Now, I just realized I am leaving out some parts of the story. The fact that in order for me to have even taken the step to, like, do something else that wasn't Everything Wrong With, I released a video in 2022 that was a Steven Universe challenge run. I thought instead of weaning myself off Steven Universe entirely, I'll take baby steps, kind of a half-step challenge run in a Steven Universe video game. That's sitting at almost 2 million views now. So you could say that I was incentivized by that to try something different, because Everything Wrong With, while it was great to start with and it got me like a starting audience, it was absolutely not sustainable after a while. I feel like the everything wrong with format, there's only like a few people that can really keep it sustainable, you know? And I just don't think I was one of them. When I changed it up, like there were a couple videos where I changed the thumbnail to something different. Those did decent. But if I started doing that for every video, well then they're not so special anymore, are they? So you know, just pick a video format where every video can be special in its own way, and I'm not beholden to a certain format, and it's a recipe for success, I'd say.
Yeah, sure.
It's like my 5th most viewed video. Hell yeah. It's not quite beaten Protogent yet, but it's getting there.
I feel like I see a lot of like really good like YouTuber creators out there. Like their videos are solid and like edited well. They never take off.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes it doesn't matter how well you do if you don't really hit the
So luck definitely does play a factor in that.
Yeah.
It's just, I do like to think that my old videos gave my channel a leg up compared to other people.
Yeah, I do think that is a factor.
I was working on another challenge run, and that's something I can show you. Actually, that was something I planned on showing. First of all, hold on a minute. Got me into retro achievements. It's my new niche. That's good. I like when I inspire people. That's something else I noticed, is that as I made videos, I feel like it might have just been the algorithm recommending me more retro achievement stuff, because I had expressed that I was interested in it, clearly. But I've been seeing more retro achievements creators out there lately. People like Pajama John. Oh god, that's the only name I really know, though.
Why would you start naming
I don't know, I thought I could improvise. But my brain would just think and come up with them.
Just come up with random names that don't actually exist.
Yeah, Bibby Bob, you got old Jimmy Jenga, got old. Yeah. Obama, yep.
Okay, shut
Very
up.
popular YouTubers did retro achievements as well. Yeah. Didn't Majora's Mask guy do it? Chaotic Meatball did it, but directly inspired by me. That big YouTuber gave me a shout out. Good God. That big guy, 100,000 subs. That's crazy. I forgot all about that. I feel bad. Known you for 4 years. Yeesh. Scott Falco, that was it. Anyway, yeah. So now we're here, and you know, I did the stream, and it took, I think, a few days. I don't think it took that long, and I made this fun video right here. Now, before we begin, small tangent that I did want to show. Actually, let me go to the Be Right Back screen for one more moment.
Also, I can't believe that, like, I fucking triggered the domino effect with this shit.
What do you mean?
With me finding you?
Yeah.
Like, do you think you would have come back if I didn't find you?
Probably not.
So, like, what the fuck happened? What the fuck? If I just did something differently that day, where the fuck where will we be?
Did I put that thumbnail somewhere? Hold on a minute. Actually, let me keep an eye on the chat. It took like one day. The stream did. Editing it, not so much. It's here somewhere. Maybe it's in archive projects. Oh yeah, here it is. I found it. Except this is Save the Light. I hope I didn't delete the other one.
The thing is, when I found you, like, when you mentioned going back to YouTube, I was kind of like, I don't know, like, you can do whatever you want, but I don't think it's a good idea. I wasn't that encouraging with it.
Sonic 1 got outdated like 3 years later.
I was just scared of you getting hurt.
I will one day, Fire Emblem. One day. I don't know when, but one day. Did I just...
There's no Sonic. There's no Sonic on this AFK screen.
Did I just... Okay, hold on. I'm curious now. I hope I didn't delete this thumbnail at some point, because it was a pretty good thumbnail. Yeah, it got outdated pretty much instantly. Oh, this was not a good idea. Maybe it's here? No, of course it isn't. There's the stream thumbnails. Unless I called it something different. This is fantastic. Jeez. I might have called it something different. Okay, I guess not. I was gonna show you, because the thing is, I had the, like, Steven only Unleash the Light run, like, kind of started. I had a thumbnail already, like, ready for it. But now I can't find it.
I tried to be in a retro achievement video by literally harassing John in person, but that didn't work. John, why didn't you let my attempt work?
My bad. Is it here, maybe? Wait, it's probably here. Found it! There it is. I don't know why it's in there. Alright, here you go. Here you go, here you go. Alright, we're gonna watch the video. Sorry about that. I get very sidetracked by things easily. Anyway, yeah, that video, the Save the Light one, it was gonna have a sequel if this retro achievements thing hadn't took off. This is what the thumbnail would have been.
I think I remember that.
I love it.
I hate the little white around the sunglasses.
Yeah, I would have not probably used the sunglasses. I would have probably got rid of the sunglasses.
Just remove the white. The sunglasses are fine, just don't have the white. Yeah,
have a little bit of a different tone compared to the first one. I like it. I would do it a little differently now, but I like it.
How dare you like something? Perish.
Anyway, let's have a look at the cool thumbnail for the video we're watching. Isn't this neat? A little bit basic, not gonna lie. This doesn't have the same glow effect that I would usually use, but otherwise, this is very okay. I also don't like the space to the left and right. I do think I should have filled it a little more. I guess there's nothing stopping me from changing it. I don't know. I have to think about it.
Hey, John.
Hey.
I don't know what retro achievement thing, but didn't I, like, try to make a thumbnail that you never used?
I believe so.
I sent it.
Oh, yeah, you did. That was going to be for the live stream. Can I show it?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I remember what it was for, but yeah, I guess
it's open in the right thing, though. No, it won't. Okay, that's fine. Give me a minute. This is the one that Lucy was gonna make. Again, pretty basic. And he did make it. I just never ended up using it. But yeah, I never really thought of myself. Yeah, this looks pretty cool. I probably should have used this for one of the streams at least.
You're just a hater.
I am. That was better than the Sonic 1 one. I can see it, yeah. Hire Lucy as a thumbnailer. I think I could only pay him an affection.
Yeah. I don't know. Firefox is not very good when it comes to editing. It's more of an art program, so I would have to learn how to use something proper. I guess the thing that John uses.
Use it when you redo the Sonic 1 achievements? Maybe. I'd probably retool this and kind of like remake it in the Sonic 1 style. So, like, the background would be Green Hill, and this would be Sonic 1 Sonic. But otherwise, I'd keep everything else the same. little bit of inspiration. Yeah, the Sonic 1-1, I'm gonna pull it back up. The Sonic 1-1 does have too much empty space. Like, that's something good that I could say about the other thumbnails, is that I think I made use of the space much more effectively. But what can I say? It was my first video of that style, you know? Right here. Here's the thumbnail that's currently on the video. Yeah. It's a little more, like, used. The space is a little more used. Ah, hey, Summer.
Hi, Summer, you are old. You're old as fuck. Old-ass lady.
Damn. And then
Grandma.
the Sonic 3 one's even better. Honestly, this is a really good thumbnail for the Sonic 3 one. I think I like this thumbnail better. I don't like that this gets cuts off, though.
I don't
don't
really
like that.
it. Something about it feels weird to me.
That's fair, Felipe. So, yeah, I have, actually, I should show you. I have extra thumbnails for every video. Good God. Forget this is a feature. Now you're forced to read my trash. Nice.
I don't think John knows anything about Lego Star Wars
I
2,
don't.
the original trilogy.
The Sonic 1 video has another thumbnail. This is it. I don't know if this is better or worse. I would want to add a stroke around this for one thing. And I'd want to make this tilt a little bit for another thing. But I just kind of put the thumbnails in, because YouTube has a feature that lets you have multiple thumbnails. And whatever one wins, it just puts up. So, all of them feels confusing. Yeah, I'd probably change it to something like...
All of them!
All of them?!
Shut the fuck up.
Alright, enough dilly-dallying, though.
No, you love dilly-dallying.
I do love dilly-dallying, but I do also like watching the videos that I make, so... Can you see all of them?
What?
Walk into the rest of them?
John, are you obsessed with yourself?
No.
Is that what it is?
Alright, so, yep, this was back before I didn't really know what I was doing with the series, so I just kind of threw shit in the editor and just kind of ran with it.
You ran? I'm so proud of you.
Yeah. And, oh, hey, thank you for the dollar, Spaceman. And,
a whole dollar?
Yeah. And, it really shows. Maybe I'll be able to explain what I mean. Let's get started now. First of all, this intro's different. No, I'm not playing Sonic 1 on the PS3, or on Steam, or in Sonic Origins. Yeah, this was very much I must introduce people to the concept of retro achievements intro, which is fair. You know, not a lot of people knew what it was, and you didn't know what the hell it was.
I was just like, okay, you're doing a thing. Cool.
I'm sad that the Steam version of Sonic 1 is not available anymore. Oh, Ko-Fi donation that I'm not going to see because it's... Jade just gave me $100 fucking dollars, Jade!
What was that voice?
That was Sonic the Hedgehog.
Okay.
Also, Jade gave $100. Good Lord, Jade.
Can I have the 100?
I guess that's going towards potential money for your thingy if you get it. Thank you, Jade.
Yeah, my thingy. My massive cock. No.
Okay. Anyway, but yeah, I don't know how I feel about this intro. It's serviceable. I would definitely do it better now. First of all, I sound like I'm very low energy, which...
You're just tired.
I was probably, yeah. For as much as I had done videos up until this point, I did not learn proper mic etiquette until surprisingly late. So, like, some of the mic stuff sounds a little weird. My voice isn't quite tuned in yet, you know?
What's mic etiquette?
Huh?
Like, what do you mean by mic etiquette?
As in, like, have the mic a certain distance from your mouth, make sure the volume is not too high, you know, make sure you talk into it at a good way, that sort of thing.
Do you use your hands a lot?
Sometimes. Not as much as you think I would, though.
Hmm.
Sometimes if I need a certain, like, delivery, I do use my hands because that does help.
Does
But
it feel
normally,
silly,
no.
though?
Does it feel what?
Silly.
A little bit. Oh, God, a little bit.
Are you dying? Don't die on stream,
My
please.
voice. All right. But yeah, intro could have used some work, but again, it was the first of its kind, and I used it to get better, so that's a good thing. Or quite literally any modern version. I got every single achievement in the original Sega Genesis version of Sonic 1. Now, before you go thinking I've finally lost my mind, which honestly is a fair I've lost my mind even more,
this
arguably,
arguably
since this
a long
point.
time ago.
This
You
was
don't have
before
one.
40 hours Sonic Adventure 2. Completely true, and it's all thanks
I need
to
to go
this
piss
website.
soon.
That's something interesting, is that whenever I get a screenshot of the website, it's always like a little bit different every time because, you know, they have something different on the front page. The new sets are down there that are different. Achievement of the Week's different.
I need to piss. I'll be
Okay,
back.
have
You
fun.
can keep watching it. Yeah.
Okay. This was back when I had 938 938 points. I have 6,525 now. Also 2006 retro points. I have 33,000 of those now. So I would say I've improved quite a bit, maybe. But yeah, quite an interesting tidbit. I'm not gonna know what to say. I am not a reactor, so if I am like awkward in some bits, that's why. Master the B-movie game? Oh man. Yeah, totally. Frankly, I don't know how it works. It's
I
use
probably
text
magic, but all
way
that
more.
matters is that it works
and that it's cool. It's bumping up from the center. It's not going from the center of the screen. It's not like... You notice that? It's like moving up slightly instead of like just scaling up. It's probably magic, but all that matters is that it works. Usually when I do it, it's from the middle of the text. I think I had a different preset back then. But yeah, I use text a lot more in this video than I normally do. And same kind of thing for Save the Light. I don't know. It's just a stylistic thing I wanted to try out, and I just decided not to go forward with it because I'm not a huge fan of having text in videos. I do it at the beginning because it's like a tradition thing, and I feel like the intro is the point where you want to grab people's attention. But I also don't want to be overstimulating Mr. Beast slop, so I try to... That's something I guess I could talk about. I want these videos to be edited in like a kind of chill, not too energetic way, because I hate retention editing. It feels so lifeless now, you know? I don't want to be that. I even feel self-conscious if I use too many sound effects, you know what I mean? I want to have like a chill editing style, hi Bool. I don't want to be too energetic and over the top. So, I hope I'm accomplishing that. That's something that this video started. I want to have more chilled out editing so that not only is it chill for you, but it's a lot easier for me because editing this text sucks. You just type the words down and you make it do the same thing over and over again. It is quite tedious. And I don't like that. I like more chill stuff. And I hope you guys do too, because that's definitely the editing style I'm going to stick with in the future. I've been having more sound effects in. Sneak preview of the Mario 1 video. I'm using more sound effects, but I'm still trying to use them sparingly when they would be funny. Like if they would add to a joke, rather than using them for every little movement, every little thing that something on the screen does. I don't want to do that, because that's too much work for me, and it feels like it would be very overstimulating for the viewer. There's a balance between being stimulated and having a seizure. You know what I mean? With all the shit going on. Oh, thank you, Morgan. I appreciate that. All right. No, no cool intro. What's up, guys? Punch that like button. Fuck that like button. Sonic Retro Achievements is the most super hardest game I've played yet. Keep watching to find out if I beat the game. Did you see that? You should watch that back in 0.25 speed so you can catch it. Wait, I got it. I got this. Hold on. What's up, guys? Welcome back to
what did I just come back to?
Press that like button.
What the fuck, John?
We're making a dumb joke. Anyway.
Oh, what the fuck?
I never want to be that kind of YouTuber. If I ever do, I have lost my soul, and that's not me anymore. Lucy, is there something you want to tell me?
Oh, no, I love women.
Okay, fine. While we're playing sound effects, I gotta play the best one.
Probably not even gonna tell them the story behind that.
I'm not. Anyway, alright, let's get going. And that it's cool. So. No, the video blew up. Oh, God.
Okay, I'll stop.
How did I do it? And just how many hoops did I have to Oh, God, I didn't put an epilepsy warning before that! That was before I thought to do that! Hey, so epilepsy warning, I don't think I put them on this video. So if you suffer from that, maybe look away for a bit.
I was the one who had to be like, John.
Yeah, I hadn't thought to do that yet, so just a warning. Yeah, you're not going to be warned, so be careful. That was before I thought to do that. Or just not do this.
Yeah, I just see this shit and then I'm like, John.
And we go frame by frame. Good God, yeah. This is, yeah, I could have just not done this effect. Through in order to do it. Well, Sonic 1 has 24 achievements in total. Some of them piss easy, and some of them piss annoying. At a quick glance, I could already tell that this achievement, complete victory. Oh, why is there not? Oh, I know what happened. Okay, so in order to get these screenshots of like the achievement list, I literally just go to the achievement page, zoom in a bit, and then there's a screenshot button that Firefox has that I just press. And then it gets all the achievements and I crop it.
I think I remember you saying something like while you were doing that to me.
But the reason this one doesn't have a picture is because in order for the pictures to show up, you have to scroll through the achievement list first so that they load. If you try to take a screenshot of a part of the page that hasn't loaded yet, the pictures won't be there. This was back when I used something third-party to do it, before I learned that Firefox has it built in. So, that's why there's no picture on some of these achievements. Again, this is back before I really knew what I was doing, so little shit like that, you know, escaped me back then. And, you know, this was also before I did the, oh, I'm gonna tell you how I did this without... this part of the video has been written before I've done it, so the achievements aren't grayed out like they normally are. That's a little differently how I do it now. Whoopsie, so some of the achievements are not going to have pictures. Also, it's not cropped the way I normally do it, but I'm nitpicking now. Victory would be the biggest time sink. I definitely put a little more like I have a system now that I just didn't have when I was starting. These achievements, like Oxygenated Hedgehog or Lava Speed, can be completed using level select if needed, but a full playthrough of the game from start to finish while also collecting the Chaos Emeralds would need to be my biggest priority. At least it's not a deathless achievement, right? They sure wouldn't add a deathless achievement 3 days after this video came out, when this game didn't have one and was more fun without it, would they? They wouldn't, right?
Just be glad you didn't have to do that. You fucking whiner.
because I only have a limited amount of tries to get the emeralds per playthrough. Yeah, look at how many don't have the fucking... Look at how many from start to finish while also collecting the Chaos Emeralds would need
I
to
think
be my
most
biggest
people probably
priority.
have this on in the background anyways.
I
Like
know.
this
I
really feels like
know.
a video that you would just listen to for the most part.
I know, but still, I like they're having good. I like they're having good visuals.
Yeah.
Because I only have a limited amount of tries to get the emeralds per playthrough. So, with that, I will say, I do think I put a little more effort into the visuals than I do nowadays. I feel like this is my phase where I was like, okay, I don't know how chill I want to go. I want to at least try to be a little stimulating, but nowadays it's like, whatever, you know. I'll throw the footage up. I'll figure it out. Usually I would try to not have the same footage up for more than 10 seconds because I felt like that would make it feel boring, quote unquote.
Where's Globe?
But nowadays I'm like, that's dumb. You're overthinking it. Stop overthinking it.
Why isn't Globe appeared at all?
Okay, you realize there's only 5 people in this chat that are gonna know what Globe is, right?
I'm still gonna bring it up.
I watch it all the way through the first time, then when I want to watch them again, I have them on in the background. That's usually how I do it too. Globe, yeah, exactly. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Just look up Supersonic 1014 Globe.
Look up Supersonic 1014 Globe if you're 18 or older, or 16 or older.
I don't know.
It's not aged well.
But it's still kind of teenager humor. So edgy teenager shit.
It's not aged well. Put it that way.
Edgy teenager.
Felipe will tell you all about it. It wasn't good.
Was there slurs? I don't remember.
Yes.
Globe
did. However, I will say, that's because Globe is a bad person.
Yeah, but you probably should have censored them.
Probably. This was back in like 2018 when people didn't do that. So, all right, video. Knowledge. Let's start from the top, shall we? I do like that. This is the start of some key phrases that I think are good to carry over. Start from the top, shall we, is pretty... I like to think that's my thing, kind of, now.
Shut up.
And I like it.
Shut up.
Some phrases, continue here.
You can shut up.
No, but this is me explaining my origin.
Yeah, well, no, everybody just wants to watch the video.
I don't think that's true.
I'm joking. It's gonna take forever to get through this.
I can't wait to, if we watch the Sonic 2 video, I can't wait to tell people Tails can't fly in the original Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
What did you say?
You can watch the stream back.
No, what did you say?
Tails can't fly in the original Sonic the Hedgehog 2 for Sega Genesis. That's why I didn't fly, because he can't. I get that comment still frequently.
Can you repeat yourself? I missed it.
Anyway. The first thing I wanted to do was knock some of the shorter achievements off. That's a thing I would point out from the next video onward. Look at what Sonic does here. The first thing I wanted to do was... Jesus Christ. Glitches are kind of synonymous with me, aren't they? Every time I play a game, some new thing goes wrong.
No, glitches are synonymous with that one guy that did like the weird FNAF challenge runs, and then Amanda also, like, he just breaks games.
Knock some of the shorter achievements off the list before I started my full playthrough. For example, I got Amateur Collector. Oh yeah, I didn't have the achievement in the center, I had it off to the right. That was before I knew you could change that setting. Because, like, yeah, I don't like that it defaults to the top right. I don't like that. It looks weird to me. I like it front and center, because, especially, like, in videos, it looks good when things are, like, front and center, and when it's important, you see it immediately, that sort of thing. Having it off center there, I don't know, that doesn't feel right to me. by collecting 20 rings, super speed by getting 50 rings in the first 25 seconds of a level, just fucking barely might I add, then ring collector and pro collector for getting 100 and 200 rings. That effect again, I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself, this effect I would definitely do differently. I would just have both of them running at the same time. Instead of having one part of the screen awkwardly cut off here, it looks a little weird. Ring collector and pro collector for getting 100 and... Yeah, just have both those clips playing at the same time. It's not that big a thing. And also, if I had it in the center, I wouldn't have to show the right side of the screen there. 200 rings respectively. Beating Green Hill Act 1 gets you the That Was Easy achievement. Then in Act 2, I can follow this specific route to get the Speed Shoes, Shield, and Invincibility at the same time for Z Almighty Box Smasher. Here's a cool little tidbit. Shield, and Invincibility at the same time for... So, notice when this achievement pops up, right? It pops up over there. If I go frame by frame... There are a couple of frames where it's like pulling itself down before it then pulls up. For this first video, I timed the sound to go off when it's done pulling itself. Box Smasher. Except here, I don't think it did. Then in Act 2, I can follow this specific route to get the Speed Shoes, Shield, and Invincibility at the same time. Maybe I do... Maybe this way did. Where's it at? Oh no, I do it this way. When it's finished going down all the way, that's when I change the counter. Timing things to like a beat, to like part of my line that I say is like the fundamental aspect in how I edit my videos. I always want a sound effect. I always want my voice clips. I always want something changing on the screen to be timed and lined up with something. For example, in this line, specific route to get the Speed Shoes, Shield, and Invincibility at the same time for Z Almighty. I time everything right when I start saying the name of the achievement. And that'll, I don't know if that'll be a thing in this video constantly, but that's something that's key to all my other videos, is I like everything timed like that. Nowadays, instead of timing it to go off when this is done pulling down, I time the sound effect about here when it shows up. I like timing things. That's part of the reasons why I do montages, is just because I like timing things to music or to voice clips or stuff like that. It's very key because I feel like it makes the videos flow better. It makes it feel more satisfying. When something just hits at the right moment, there's nothing better, at least in my eyes. So throughout this video, and for all my future videos, you're going to hear that the achievement sound is timed to me saying the name of the achievement, timed to some word that I say. Like, I'll do a second syllable word, and it'll drop right when that second syllable's said. Shit like that. If I have music, maybe I'll time it to that sort of thing. Especially in montages, I time things to beats. Even without music, that's just my fundamental rule in editing. Time it to everything, because I think it looks and sounds nice. Z Almighty. So keep an eye out. You'll probably notice that throughout my videos you watch. Box Smasher. I did end up having to use level select a couple times before getting this one though, which taught me that level select was usable for some of these, which is a huge relief. Then, after a few resets because I suck at video games, I get very close shave by beating a level with 9:59 on the timer. Waiting almost 10 minutes to get an achievement sounds like a real exercise in frustration, so it's a damn good thing I can manipulate time at will. That's something I was a little, like, when I was doing this stream, I was like, I don't know if they allow fast forward, because, like, I always like to do retro achievement stuff in hardcore mode. This was before they changed it. So Retro Achievements has two modes. It has softcore mode and hardcore mode. Softcore mode lets you do basically everything that isn't actively cheating. You know, save state, load state, rewind, any of that kind of shit, emulator features. Hardcore mode, you can only fast forward, and you can have turbo buttons. You can't do anything else. So you can't save a state. I don't know if you can... I think you can save a state, but you can't load a state. That sort of thing. So when I did hardcore mode, initially, because I didn't know how retro achievements worked, I was like, oh god, can I even use this? And, you know, I went and looked at the guidelines, and, you know, I'm surprised that hardcore mode allows fast forward. I'm going to be honest with you. It's a great thing. Keep it that way. Fast forward is great, especially for Pokemon or any RPG, really. I'm just surprised. Wasn't expecting that. Can't wait for speedrun to be blocked from hardcore mode because a bunch of dweebs think convenience is cheating on the same level save states. Wait, what do you mean? Like the leaderboards? I'm confused. You can pause, but some emulators don't let you pause too fast if hardcore is on. Oh, to stop from, like, pause buffering? Huh. Okay, that's something I didn't know. I don't normally, like, if we're talking emulator pause, I don't normally do that. That's only for, like, if I'm starting a stream and I want to keep an image on screen or something. It would suck having to wait 9:59 without fast forward, only to miss... Exactly. So... Especially since you have to do it for multiple achievements because the minimum score achievement you needed to not have a time bonus. Oh, speed up might be blocked from hardcore mode. If that happens, I'm switching to softcore mode and I'm switching swiftly and without prejudice because oh god, fast forward. I need it. That move will be public, that move will be swift, and that move will be quite without much prejudice.
Blah.
My next visit to Green Hill Act 2, I spend an unfortunate... Softcore mode for speed up. Fast forward. If apparently they're thinking of moving fast forward off of hardcore mode, like it won't be allowed. And if that happens, I think that's utter bullshit, and I think that I will be moving to softcore mode if that happens, because I am not playing video games without speed up. No. Not happening. I could sure try. I can go as much as I can. I probably won't stick with it, though. Manipulate time, it will. Yeah, see? I pulled up the guideline. Fast forward is allowed. I hope that stays a thing. God, if that gets changed, I will be so upset.
You'll cry like a little bitch.
Hardcore mode happens to be that challenging to get achievement. No, hardcore mode is a mode in retro achievements that you switch. It's softcore mode or hardcore mode, and hardcore mode... Recently, this was changed. Usually, it was like, I think softcore mode, like, had a set amount of points, and hardcore mode gave you more? I think it was like softcore mode gave you half or something. I don't remember how it used to work. Now, in order to get points, I think you need to play on hardcore mode. Which, that's dumb. I don't like that. But what can you do? I don't mind because I'm playing in hardcore mode unless they change this. If they change this, I'm playing on softcore mode. Because I will fundamentally disagree with the removal of fast forward. Points are worth double. Oh, okay. I can maybe understand banning turbo button from hardcore. That depends. Turbo button can be an accessibility feature. Let's say you got something going on with your wrist or your hand and you can't... Pressing a button over and over hurts. That kind of thing. You use the turbo button and it saves that from that pain. Turbo button can be an accessibility thing. It can also assist you with some things, and in fact, that will be very relevant in Mario 1 using a turbo button, so stay tuned for that. But that's also, but I'd say they would get rid of fast forward first before they get rid of turbo button, because turbo button can be an accessibility thing. And real hardware can use it too, yeah. My next visit to Green... There are softcore points in a softcore ranking. Okay. I hope so.
In Hill Act 2, I spend an unfortunate amount of time trying over and over again to grab this extra life in the most idiotic, convoluted way possible.
That hasn't changed. I still do things in dumb ways.
Swallowing my pride and doing it the right way.
This
more
epilepsy.
A green life achievement, and also lets me start actually playing through the entire
I don't
video
think it was
game
that
almost
bad.
40.
What was that?
I don't think it was that bad.
Yeah, I just... that's something I would put an epilepsy warning on now. Or I would actually use the shield and just have it be stronger.
Life achievement, and also lets me start actually...
Is your Team Dark Egg Emperor time still the world record? I don't think so. I think yeah, it's been a while. I would think it would probably have been dethroned by now, but who knows?
Playing through the entire video game almost 40 minutes in. Jesus Christ. My main focus is, again, going to be getting the Chaos...
I don't know if that's happened yet. I don't think I've ever had a stream where, like, I only start properly playing the game, like, 30 or 40 minutes in. I don't think that's happened since this. And I think that's just because I have, this is just structured differently. Someone beat his time the day the video uploaded. There you go. Yeah, I know. I do structure my videos fundamentally differently now. Nowadays, I like to do all the story achievements first, and then I go back and do the challenge achievements. Nowadays, probably new format happening for Shadow the Hedgehog, I'm probably going to be doing a mix of both. Like, I'll do some story, then I'll take a break and do some challenge. Whoops. Then I'll take a break and do some story, then I'll do some challenge over and over and over and over again just to make things more interesting. Now, before this, it was just, yeah, I'll just fucking, we'll ball. Fuck it, we ball, you know? And that can make for interesting, depending on how you script it, that can be interesting. I do feel like having some structure helps a little better, though.
My main focus is, again, going to be getting the Chaos Emeralds for the Complete Victory achievement, which if you haven't played Sonic 1, means I'm in for a playthrough full of anxiety and dread. In Sonic 1, you get 10 chances to enter a special stage.
I don't do this as much anymore.
Rings to the end of a level and jumping into this giant ring. Why are there?
I'm gonna be honest with you. These videos are the only experience I'd ever had with sprite animation. I've never tried it before this. So, the ones in Sonic 2 and 3 especially, the fact that they came out as smooth as they did, I'm surprised. I'm surprised with myself. This is pretty simple because simple because it's just these rings. I don't remember if there's another one. But yeah, first experience with trying to do sprite animation, I'm honestly really surprised that it came out as good as it did. Nowadays, I do it much more sparingly because it takes a lot of time. The like 7 or 8 seconds in Sonic Adventure 2, just that bit took like an hour. So if I were to try to do something more like involved, it will take forever. So I would it's not even the animation that takes the most time. It's grabbing the sprites, cutting them out so that they're transparent, doing that for all of them, which for even a single, like, idle animation, there could be, like, 10 of those images, so I have to do it 10 times. Then I have to put it in the video, then I have to make sure that they're timed right so that they look like they do in the games, and then I move them. It's a lot. Which console version of Shadow? That's going to be the GameCube version. That's why I've waited this long. The GameCube version is the best version of the game. The PS2 version is not very good. So, excuse me.
You're not fucking excused.
Chances when there are more than 10 levels in this game? Because for some reason...
Okay, here's something good. Here's a good thing. I don't know if you notice, I have sponsor block on. You'll be doing 326 ending subset. I might be crazy enough to try it.
You know what? I'm gonna go check on my laundry. I'll be back.
Okay.
Bitch.
I don't know if you notice, I'm using sponsor block, and I have a highlight on this. And that's, like, I don't do sponsor block stuff myself because I don't want to be, like, what's the word for it? Doing something to your own thing. Like, pretentious? That might just be me overthinking it. But someone went out of their way to put a highlight in my video, and I appreciate that. It's like one of those, yeah, I'm a big guy now, I got people doing that kind of thing. Hypocrite. No, it's like it's like I don't know how to describe it. Yeah, I would probably be crazy enough to do that. Asshole. Narcissistic. No, I don't know. I don't really know anything about it. But yeah, this is the highlight. It's a joke that I don't know if I like quite as much anymore, but people seem to like it, so.
50 rings to the end of a level, and jumping into this giant ring. Why are there only 10 chances when there are more than 10 levels in this game? Because for some reason, Sega made a decision.
I should have said 10 acts, not 10 levels.
Nay, a decree. None shall be able to enter a special stage
this looks so
on Act
crusty.
3 of a zone, nor shall anyone be able to enter a special stage in Scrap Brain Zone at all.
Again, if I were to do this now, I would pick a higher quality image. I would also make a higher quality Sega logo, so that way when I zoom it in, it doesn't look as bad.
None shall be able to enter a special stage.
But again,
on
first time I
Act
did
3
something
of
like
a
this.
zone, nor shall anyone be able to enter a special stage in Scrap Brain Zone at all. Why the fuck are you all clapping? This is awful! So because of this, and because...
Nice art by Samster there. I've had that for a while, but I could never really use it in a proper video that wasn't an update video. So I figured it'd be a good spot to use it. Would I do that kind of joke now? Probably not. I feel like it goes on a little long. Might be a tiny... I don't use the word. Might be a tiny bit cringe. That was Glow, by the way. True. Hold on.
Why the fuck are you all clapping? This is all...
That's Globe on me. Under my ear there. That's Globe. There he is. Globe jump scare. There he is. Quite a story behind that. But, yeah, I probably wouldn't do this joke now. But, people liked it. That's all that matters.
So because of this, and because there are many different ways this process can go wrong, including getting hit at the end.
I use this clip multiple times. I think I use it twice. And that's something else I try not to do in the videos unless, you know, it would be funny. I try not to use moments multiple times. in this clip specifically, I'm gonna be getting hit by an enemy and screaming loud because I'm sad. I used that twice in this video, and nowadays I would try not to do that. I will admit, it's a funny clip, though, so I can understand why I did it.
End of the stage and losing all your rings. Wait a minute. No! The wonky jumping...
It's a funny clip! Don't get me wrong. I just probably wouldn't use it twice nowadays.
Physics leading you to miss the ring and thus miss that opportunity entirely. Please jump in! The special stage itself being an uncontrollable nightmare that was crafted by the most masochistic ball flicker at Sega.
So do you hear the music? Listen to the music. This is not something I edited. The music, hold on.
Please jump in!
Listen to the music.
The special stage itself being an uncontrollable nightmare that was crafted by the most masochistic ball flicker at Sega.
So... that song is not edited. It was the Sonic 1 special stage theme, but really, really fucked up. I mean, I'm gonna ruin your day if you don't know about this. So there's this Sega Genesis clone console that came out in the 2010s, officially licensed by Sega, by the way. The At Games made it. And it emulates Sega Genesis games poorly. Let's say that. Here's what the special stage... Yeah, here you go. Here you go. Here's what the game sounds like on that clone console. Here you go. Yep. Merry Christmas, Supersonic! Do we have timestamps? I don't think we do. Oh, here we go. And then here's the special stage. Good God! Good Lord! How do you fuck it up this bad? Jesus! So yeah, that's what it was in the background.
No.
Very interesting. It's my alarm going off.
What?
Jesus. I just showed something silly that I did in the video. A music track that I used. Yeah, that's not edited. I just pulled it right from that video. I did not mess with the audio. That was
Why don't you mess with the audio?
I don't know if I even can. Anyway.
It's Sega.
I added that little, like, obviously I added the, it sounds like the computer crashed noise, but yeah, again, that's something I also wouldn't normally do, but I thought it was funny. A lot of this is because I thought it was funny.
I'm going
That's
to be
cringe.
suffering. But in the meantime, here's where I get the pit stop achievement for getting 4 checkpoints in one level. And then after beating Green Hill and Marble
Why is the
Zone,
mic so
I get
quiet?
the floor is lava and love
I don't
those
know why
springs.
it's so
2
quiet.
of the 7 achievements you can get just by
You should
playing.
use the grinder notification in one of your videos someday. Maybe April Fool's. I don't know.
We're coming up on what I think is going to be, is for a while at least. There might be a day where my what's the word I'm looking for?
Your bitches.
My decision making is not on point. This is probably my least favorite joke in all of the Every Achievement videos coming up.
Through the game. Not long after, I get the all right, high score.
I don't
achievement
like
for
that.
getting 100.
I don't
Was
know
I
what.
ye-
What?
Was I yelling at you when you did that?
Yes, I think you were. I do not
Yeah.
like that joke anymore. I don't know what it is about it. I can't point it at anything specific and be like, wow,
It's
this
cringe.
sucks. It's just cringe.
So,
There
yeah.
you go. That's that. There
So
you
while,
go.
so yeah, while John was recording that, I'm like, John, what the fuck?
Yeah, I don't like that bit anymore. But, oh.
1,000 points. Hey, we got a lot of achievements there. How's getting those Chaos Emeralds going?
That transition wasn't great either. I would write that a little better next time at some point. Yeah, I don't know why I'm talking like that. Yeah, I don't know.
We got a lot of achievements there. How's getting those Chaos
It's pretentious. Maybe.
Emeralds going?
John, you're a millennial?
Okay,
I
cool.
guess.
Anyway, here's Don't
When-
Get
when-
Lost
when
for
did that
making it to
happen?
Labyrinth
Don't worry
Zone.
about it.
Once they
Okay, yep. Nowadays in these videos, this achievement here is gotten by just getting to Labyrinth Zone. For example, I like the scratch joke too. I think it sounded just like him. Nowadays I would just lump all those achievements together just to get them out of the way. Like, I just show them all in a row. Hey, I get this from getting to Marble. I get this for going to Spring Yard, to Labyrinth, to Starlight, to Scrap Brain. I would just get all those achievements out of the way, toss them aside, not very important, and then just focus on the achievements that matter. I would not, like, spread them throughout the video like I actually did in this. It feels like to this, I'm sticking too closely to what I did on the live stream. Like, I'm actually going chronologically, bit by bit. There's a time and a place for sprinkling them throughout. In the Mario 1 video, to me, it's better to sprinkle them throughout because there's a lot of smaller achievements to get in that game. So breaking up the bigger ones with like 3 or 4 of the smaller ones would do good for the pacing. Here, since this is such a short video, I feel like I would just get them out of the way immediately instead of throwing them throughout the video. It's just me, though. In shorter videos like this, I think it's paced better if I just get the small ones out of the way.
There, I try to get what should be a relatively simple achievement. Oxygenated Hedgehog requires that you start drowning and then save yourself at the last second from it. But no matter how close I cut it, nor whether I caught my breath by jumping out of the water or using an air bubble, the achievement just wouldn't trigger. Now, full disclosure, at some point earlier on, I used debug mode in order to show off one of this game's quirks.
I've known that for years. I love using this series. It's the Sonic Heroes video had it especially. And if I ever do Sonic Adventure DX, that will be such a fun episode because I know so many small little quirks about that game. I love using this series as like a jumping off point to show you just the weirdest shit in Sonic games. Just these small little glitches that I know that I've picked up over the years of playing these games. Yeah, in Labyrinth Zone Act 1... Sorry, what?
How am I supposed to contribute to this?
I don't know. Sorry. Yeah, in Labyrinth Zone, for some reason, if you beat the level while holding down, like if you're holding down as the, as you're going through the sign and keep it held down, the game will just crash. Nobody know. Someone might know why. I sure as hell don't. It just crashes. So, like, I like that aspect of these videos, that it just shows you shit that you might not have known. I really like that.
I read the OST in the search thing as cat, and I was kind of
Cat games.
Nice. Why were you looking up cat? No, the OST. I saw it as...
Oh,
I saw that
Cat Games Cat.
No.
I
don't have anything else to contribute. I don't know what to say.
Sorry. You enjoying being here at least?
Yeah, I don't feel like I belong.
It's fine. You do belong. You're pinned comment in most of these videos.
Yeah, not anymore.
Oh, I might have hit it twice.
Quirks.
But yeah, the millennial thing. That was on your prank, your April Fool's video, the comment. I'm sure you probably saw it.
Yeah.
Where it talked about your masturbation habits.
What? Okay, now I'm confused again.
On the April Fool's video, in the comment, there's like a guy being like, "Oh, all this boasting over the Mario thing, like your hands must hurt after all your masturbation. Oh, millennial sucker."
I have not seen that yet. I'll have to look.
And it calls you a millennial, which is why I'm like, John, you're a millennial.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I don't. That's weird. Nobody go find that comment, please, by the way. Don't. Yeah, that sounds quite weird. Anyway.
Possible I activated some kind of anti-cheat that stopped me from
getting
getting
this what happened,
until
I'm
I
pretty
restarted
sure.
the emulator. But while that would explain why leaderboard attempts stopped
Jade,
working,
leave it. It's perfect.
It's
that
fine.
doesn't
Don't
really
leave
make
it.
sense. I was able to get literally every other achievement save for a couple with this anti-cheat tripped. I didn't really know what the deal was, so I left it on the back burner for now. And
that's something else pretty cool about this video series, is that this led to some things getting fixed, I'm pretty sure. So, this and some of the other games, Sonic 3 had a couple things that my video helped fix as well. So, pretty neat.
Besides, who needs debug mode when this level has weird quirks all on its own?
I think this happened because I think the way this game loads stuff is like I sprang up really quickly and I think I passed a loading zone.
When this level,
so the water unloaded.
Well, has weird quirks all on its own.
Oh dear.
Oh, most likely.
That fish looks so weird.
Oh, what? Look at him go.
How do you do that?
This part is definitely supposed to be water.
Where'd the water go?
Where did the water go? Actually, where did the water go? Labyrinth Zone, but good! We found it!
Damn it!
When it comes to clips from streams with like, no, actually, Duck, that achievement was fixed, while streaming it. I just did it before it was fixed, so that's funny. Like how Wandering Hey Ho comments on your Sonic Heroes video and commented on the Grand Metropolis Shadow achievement. Yeah, I do think that was a little harsh. I don't like to be harsh on like some achievements, but there are also some achievements that are just bad. And I try to express that it did upset me while also trying not to be offensive. That is a very fine line to walk.
I try to copy though. Like
It did. I can LC equals. That'll work. I'll see it when I click it. I'll wait till after the stream though. Anyway, stream clips. This again was before I really had my process. Stream clips, I try to make them as fast as possible. Cut out any dead air. Make it so that it's constant, like what's happening. Have a beginning where it establishes what's happening. The thing happens. My reaction. Everyone else's reaction. How we felt about it. That kind of structure. I like to keep it as fast as possible because I don't want the videos to be an hour long, believe it or not. I don't like when that happens. It's good for ad revenue. It's not very good for my motivation to keep editing it, though. So this was before that. So there's some dead air. There's some commentary that, unfortunately, you know, guys in the server, you're real great. You're real funny people. I probably didn't need to include all that, unfortunately. But yeah, this video has definitely taught me like how I should and shouldn't do things. It laid the foundation, and so I can't help but respect it, no matter how I end up feeling about it. And let's give it 4 years. I'll probably think this video's garbage.
Finally, better
Wait a
labyrinth zone.
Yeah, this special stage system sucks, but no need to worry.
Sorry. Water almost went down the wrong way. Yeah.
Better
Wait a minute.
labyrinth zone.
Yeah, this special stage system sucks, but no need to worry, because after getting my shit together in Act 2, I grabbed the last Chaos Emerald and unlocked the Got Them All achievement.
That's something. I'm probably gonna go off on mega tangents here. I curse quite a like I feel like I do curse quite a bit in these videos, but I don't get demonetized for it. So it confuses me when people on YouTube don't swear at all. At the end of the day, at least in my eyes, the words fucking shit, that they're just words. You could fuck this, you could say, you know, frick this, you could say screw this. Shit, you could say crap, you could say poop, you could say crud, you could say turd, that kind of thing.
why would you say all those things?
They're just words.
Why would you
Why
say
are
all
we
those
assigning arbitrary meaning?
Why are you saying all these words in front of all these children?
Why are we assigning these arbitrary
Felipe is a grown child.
Okay. Why are we assigning these arbitrary bad meanings to these normal words?
Shut up.
Slurs are one
shut
thing.
Shut up.
Regular words are another.
I'm going to
Anyway.
bury you alive.
Anyway, that was a tangent within a tangent. I like to keep swearing to kind of. I like to be a little like what's the word? Light on the swearing. Because while I do not have a problem with swearing, it can be funny. It's like cinnamon. You use too little and the food's bland. You use too much and now you only taste the cinnamon and it's overbearing. But you use
So
just
you've
the
never
right
had Cinnamon Toast Crunch, I see.
But use thank you, Totally Cherry. But use just enough and it enhances it. That's how I feel about swearing. I got that analogy from somewhere. I don't remember where.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch, you love all the cinnamon.
There. I think I had Cinnamon Toast Crunch like years, like I think I was still a little kid the last time I had Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you should probably have it sometime. Well, it's a lot of sugar, so
Exactly.
maybe for like a special thing.
Yeah. Definitely not a whole box of the stuff.
lifting
I'll
a
eat the whole box.
huge weight off my shoulders. Soon after that, I completed Labyrinth Zone to get shooting.
I've just been brought up to never swear under any circumstances. Oh, I was too.
I think most people.
Yeah, my parents were a absolutely no swear household. Like, even if I watched a YouTuber, they would get all on my case for it. And it's like...
And my parents rarely swear. I think they have more problem with saying "oh my god" than saying "fuck."
Funny story. Me and my parents, my mom specifically used to work at this place. And sometimes, thank you, Local
99.
Zone. Thank you for the, sorry, I didn't read that super chat. It did just say hi. Hi. Sorry, I didn't read it. I should get into the habit of it.
Yeah, you should. Don't tell me what to do.
Funny story. My mom used to work at this kind of office place, and sometimes I would have to be brought into work. So she had her office, and she had this kind of like play area that I think she had when I was a little kid, like when I was still like a toddler kind of thing. But this was when I was like 5 or 6, maybe 7. I didn't know what curse words were back then. I was very innocent. She had this sign up on her, I don't know if it was on her desk, I don't know if it was just in the room somewhere. I don't remember what the exact phrase was. It was something like, something, I don't give a shit.
Being on your armpit?
What? I think that might have been
Look-
autocorrect. Goofy moment. But, yeah. The sign had something, I don't give a shit on it. And me, not knowing what the word shit meant, in front of my mom, used it randomly without knowing what it meant. Despite telling my mom that A, I don't know what the word shit means, and B, it's right there. There's a sign right there that says the word on it. There it is. That's where I looked and saw it. Why are you having this sign shown to me if you don't want me using the word? I think I got grounded for like 3 months. Or something along those lines. Which I think really fueled my thought process of, why is this so important? It is a word like any other. It would sound really stupid if the word dolphin was suddenly criminalized by everyone as a curse word, right? What makes those words any different? Like, yeah.
Guess what? With my mom, I made origami a swear.
Why?
I don't know. So now that I say origami to my mom, she's like, "Oh."
Yeah, it's like, what? It's the same, like, principle. Why does it matter? It's a word! Is this a bad word? Because I didn't believe my siblings when they said it was.
I flipped off my sisters because I was just playing with my fingers and I thought just holding up your middle finger all by itself was really cool. So I showed my sisters and they're like, don't do that. I'm like, what?
God. Weird. All right. No, big tangent over. We'll probably go on about 5 more before this video's over.
A huge weight off my shoulders. Soon after that, I completed Labyrinth Zone to get Shooting Star. Then right in Act 1 of Starlight, I can break this wall to get the invincibility monitor.
Before I did this, I did not know that was there. I did not know you could break that wall. So, that's something this video taught me.
Get Star Spangled. And honestly, not much else happened in this playthrough. As long as I didn't die and lose the continues I'd racked up, I was free to finish the rest of the levels and unlock Watch Your Back for making it to Scrap Brain Zone, the Final Encounter for making it to Final Zone.
This is how I would. This is more closer to how. This is closer to how I would structure these videos now. Very quick. Quickly get through the achievements that are kind of whatever.
For beating the
so you used a guide. When I couldn't find it, yeah, I think I looked a little bit.
With all the Chaos Emeralds.
I do, like, if there's an achievement, I'll use Sonic Heroes as an example. If there's an achievement that's gonna be like, find all 5 1-ups in this level, I'm gonna just use the guide, probably almost instantly, because It's either I spend an hour looking for shit because I'm terrible at, like, exploration type things, so I will miss it, or I just spend the 10 minutes and just use the guide. And I will every time use the guide. And there is a part of me in my brain that's like, well, this is a little lame. You're not really playing the game. Well, are you? And to that I say, I've played, what's the other 19 hours and 50 minutes as opposed to just using this guide? I'm playing the game. It's fine. That's another Retro Achievements hot topic. Some people want use of guides to lead to punishments like untracking. These people know that Retro Achievements has a guide section, right? Like, some of these games have walkthroughs. What are they calling for? Those pages deleted?
Yeah.
What's the point, then?
At this point, there were only 4 achievements left, and I was confident that the hardest parts of this journey were behind me. But while I may technically have been right, I wasn't expecting just what was coming up.
This is the first instance where I normally put an ad break. I feel bad to an extent about ad breaks because if I had my way, I could technically. But if I had my way, I'd make these videos ad-free if I could. But
You don't want me to force you more to get a job.
that, and even if I did have a job, the extra money does help. The Sonic Adventure 2 video has like 3 or 4 ad breaks, maybe 5, I don't remember. Hi, Snywat. And thank you, Banter. It has a lot more ad breaks in it compared to the average video, and it made quite a bit more money compared to the other ones. So I don't like to have ad breaks, but it's money in the savings that I need because, you know, me and Lucy are going to live together one day. We're going to need every bit of money we can get. So it's money in the savings. It'll pay off for something. Although right now it's going towards the Switch 2, so thank you for the money. It'll go towards Switch 2.
In the future, top surgery.
In the future, top surgery. That'll be the ad revenue money. That'll go towards that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, sorry. Yeah, ad break, I actually kind of, was ahead of the game when it compared to YouTube, because I don't know how many of you know about this. YouTube pretty recently changed how their ad system works to where sometimes if you don't turn the setting off, it will automatically find, quote unquote, convenient spots in the video to put ad breaks in. And some people have reported that this has their video put in like 12, 15, 20 ads that it views as like convenient spaces to put an ad. Or the other way around, it will not find a convenient space and just straight up say, hey, the ad you're putting here may not show. I was quite ahead of the game because how I like to do ads, if I have to do them, is I will just have a second. I learned very quickly that ads take up like a second exactly of video room. So what I do is when I am ready to transition to another part of the video, I will just have a second of just dead space so that, if you don't have ad block, thank you for if you're helping with the ad revenue push. If you don't have ad block, you see the ad there. If you do have ad block, it's not that disruptive. It's just a second of dead space, and then we're right into it. And if anything, it'll let you know, hey, we're going to the next part of the video. Pretty nice. I'd like to think I'm thinking of the viewer in some form or fashion when I do that. Here I did the same thing. That's where that started. So good thing this video started, is that how I handle my ads. YouTube blocks ad block now? Not for me. Nope. Ever since they implemented that, I've used Firefox and I've used uBlock Origin. Haven't had a word since. I'm still using uBlock actually. Somewhere here. Yep. I'm still using uBlock. Not a word. Nary a complaint from YouTube. Good shit.
Time to use level
Good thing I have
select.
YouTube Premium for a year or more. I would like to say that I could support people with YouTube Premium, but that's $15 a month, and I don't got that kind of money. Especially since, I'm not going to say it here, but I have my kind of own version of YouTube Premium.
To knock out the 3 easier achievements I have left. Lava
I have
Speed
no idea
what
requires
you
you to beat
need.
Marble Zone Act 1 in under 90 seconds.
Ask me about it after stream. Although I think you have it.
Was coming up.
Yeah,
Time
you
to use
literally
level
set it up.
Okay.
Select to knock out the 3 easier achievements I have left. Lava Speed requires you to beat Marble Zone Act 1 in under 90 seconds. This is honestly pretty easy as long as you don't get hit too much, even if you lose a bit of time missing some platform cycles. My run was pretty sloppy all things considered, and I still made it with 7 seconds to spare.
That's something I do still kind of struggle with. You know, that achievement didn't really have that much to say about it. It could be described in 2 sentences because you just do it. Just do the thing. Go fast. Be good at the level. Just don't get hit. Except for these certain spaces where damage boosting would be effective, but otherwise don't get hit. I do still kind of struggle with where do I draw the line with how much I describe things? And how do I stop myself from saying things such as, just be careful, just watch your step, don't go too fast too much? Because my videos do still suffer from that. And I have a hard time finding different shit to say in those cases. See ya, hee 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 ha. See ya, yeah. That's something I'm working on. I'm sure I'll figure it out someday. And that started here. Although I would like to think that this video does somewhat handle that better than other videos. Owed purely to the fact that I didn't have, 30 to 40 hours of footage to cut down. I had like 3 hours, 4 hours. But also due to the fact that since this was my first video and I wanted to get something out there, I cut things down more than I normally would because I wanted to get something out. I needed to put my perfectionist side aside, and get something out. And there are moments where you need to put perfectionism aside and just be like, fuck it. Ship it. It's done. Doesn't need any more. They'll like it. But that's not how my brain works. My brain loves to go, oh, you didn't do this super specific thing? Oh, this video sucks now. Everyone's gonna hate it. Bad brain. Not a good headspace to be in. People liked it. That there's proof from the like and dislike ratio. People will like it. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Stop overthinking it.
Then in Marble Zone Act 2, I ended up missing this achievement where you simply have to bounce on these marble floors until you rack up 10,000
Yes, those
points
are
from
floors.
it. Doing this nets you the Bouncing Combo Master achievement. Now I'm back in Labyrinth Zone trying to get the oxygenated
This is what I was talking
hedgehog
about earlier with something that got fixed because of this video. I'm sure they probably would have eventually caught it if I hadn't done this video, but the process would have been slower. So I think it works out.
achievement, and it just still wasn't working. After a while of trying in vain at several different points, I eventually decided to completely restart the emulator, following the advice of this commenter that said to update RetroArch to the latest
There's no drop shadow under that. I didn't think to use drop shadows yet. That's a big one. I love drop shadows. I love the way they look, especially once I figured out how to make them look good. So I use drop shadows for everything I put on top of something now. And you betcha, when I start doing games that are in widescreen, like 06, Unleashed HD, all that kind of stuff, I'm gonna have a hell of a drop shadow under the achievement counter because I just love the look of it. Drop shadows. Okay, so I can show you this. Real quick, give me a minute. So this is my stream background, right? This is, for example, if I had a 3DS game. Oh, hold on. I didn't do the right thing. This is what my layout looks like normally. And this is what it looks like with a drop shadow. Look under it. Notice how that little shadow that's blinking in and out? If you have that, it adds a little more depth to the screen. Like, this is just the drop shadow. It's just it, but opacity. But add it under it, and it gives it depth. It makes it look like it's on top of a cool background. It makes it look so much better. I love drop shadows. They look great. I love that. So ever since I learned how to properly do them, because I didn't really know how to make them look good before, now that I know how to make them look good, I like to use them everywhere. Because if you look here, this is just a picture on a background. But if you add a drop shadow to it, suddenly it has depth. Suddenly that background looks like it's actually real and it has a thing on top of it. Drop shadows add depth to something, and I love that. So I use them basically everywhere now. If I can get away with it. Some things don't look as good with drop shadows, but they're very few and far between.
Version. Upon doing that, the achievement worked on the first try. Frankly, I have no idea what to make of this. Whether it was an anti-cheat tripping.
I know
and
what to
making
make of
only
it.
this
I know what did it
specific
now.
achievement break for
Actually,
some
that
reason.
should be a comment down here. It's, here we go. Good catch on the oxygenated hedgehog debug. The achievement used a different debug protection than the vast majority of other achievements. The one it used remains stale, which should explain the quirks. It's been updated. Love to see it. I love when I'm a bug tester. I love when I do QA. But yeah, pretty neat.
Or simply having an outdated version of RetroArch, despite this suggestion being from a comment made in
Put the drop shadow
2021,
on.
and me being pretty sure my version was newer than that. If I end up doing this again, I guess I'll now have to be aware of some patented retro achievements jank.
Ah, you have no idea how true that is, you sweet summer child. You have no idea the depths of shit you would have to endure in the
Shut up.
later sets.
Shut up.
But now it's time for the last achievement, and oh boy, under.
There's a drop shadow! I do use drop shadows! Except this one looks like shit!
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure I saw a drop shadow earlier.
Okay, the issue, do you want to know the issue, right? I could tell you the exact issue. It's too far out. I would bring it in a lot more. And it's too sharp. The drop shadows that I use for text, I do like it being sharp for text. Because I feel like it looks a little nicer. For shapes, like this, I like to have a little bit of blur to it. So that it looks like a shadow and not just, oh, I brought the opacity down on this image and plopped it under it. There's an art to it. So, yep, definitely learned how to make better drop shadows. I'm glad I used them though, because that gave me the jump to the step I needed to learn how to do it, because it makes the videos look a lot nicer.
Achiever.
Also, it's not moving. Give me a
It's
minute.
time for the last achievement, and oh boy, underachieved.
I do a little zoom in, a little scale and magic, because I like the look of it, like coming in on you. But in recent videos and in Mario 1 and in most future videos going forward, I have a preset that makes it also sway back and forth. I like when things are moving. That's something in the videos that I also want to have moving forward. Not in the like retention editing, like hyperactive, overstimulating sense, but in the sense of the video still feels alive. There's something moving in it. In every frame, with the exception of like the main screen where something's paused, I like something to be moving. So when I'm showing an achievement like this, if it's just on a static background or something, I will have it sway so that it is moving. That's just a me thing, though. I'm sure most people don't have a problem with it just being on the screen while I talk over it. And yeah, in modern videos, I do compromise sometimes where I'll just have a long stretch where I'm just talking, you know, let the footage breathe a little bit. But when I can help it, I do like that little touch.
Complete green hill zone with no,
Especially with this
more than
background, like,
1,000 points.
This background isn't animated, which is weird because, you know, there's some video backgrounds right here. This is who I grabbed them from. Maybe they didn't have a Green Hill one. But yeah, this guy's pretty cool. Here, I'll mute it so that you guys don't get blasted. Does some animated backgrounds. They look really neat. That's where I grabbed them for the first 3 games. And I'll probably be using it if I do Sonic CD and Knuckles Chaotix too. They look pretty neat. The only problem is they're only in 720p, so it makes it look a little blurry in the actual video. But that's another compromise I make where, hey, most people won't notice. It looks cool. Don't be a nitpicker. But that's why the Green Hill background looks so sharp, because it's not from them. It's just a picture that I grabbed. Right. Okay. Okay.
Points. Seems pretty simple, right? I mean, each badnik only gives you 100 points.
There's so much, like, I could probably make a whole video on, like, my editing quirks, my editing tricks, you know, that I do to make the videos pop. I don't know if that would be quite a thing I would do here, but stuff like these zooms,
1,000 points.
right?
Seems
In order to make them both zoom at the same time, it would normally be really annoying because you'd have to zoom them both in at the same time and make sure they're at exactly the same rate, and it would be really annoying to try to do. But that's because most people don't know the magic of nesting things, which is the process of taking 2 things, like, say, the background image and the picture of the achievement, and making them one image. Or in the case of videos, you could, for example,
it's pretty simple, right? I mean,
take the image of the achievement counter up there and the video while it's still running and merge them together so that if you do something to them, it does it to both of them. I use that for zooms so that if I'm zooming into a bit of footage for something, the achievement counter zooms with it. If I don't do that, then the achievement counter will stay right there while it zooms in. And I don't really like how that looks. It's another point to the videos having depth. It's like that is stuck there and it's going to stay there because that's where it belongs. I like that kind of thing in videos.
each bad.
You can do any other retro achievements videos besides Sonic, Mario, and Parappa, and Pokemon. I've been thinking of doing some Mega Man, maybe. There's other franchises I could do, but Sonic is my bread and butter. Mario is pretty good. Pokemon is something I'm really obsessed with. You know, it's probably gonna be cycling around those 3. I've never played a Metro. Let me give you some perspective, right? I've never played a Metroid game. I've never played an F-Zero game. I've never played a mainline Zelda game that wasn't Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom. I've never played like Metal Gear. I've never played like any PS2 platformers that weren't for Mega Game Night. For Member Game Night. I've never played. I guess we could rapid fire some shit off. I could probably say I haven't played it. I haven't played a lot of shit, is the point. I have played Kingdom Hearts, so.
Nick only gives you 100.
Never played Dragon Ball. I have watched Dragon Ball, and I've played a lot of Dragon Ball. That's Budokai Tenkaichi 3 is definitely on the list of games I want to do, but that one is incredibly niche. At least in my opinion. I could have done it near when Sparking Zero was releasing, but that's a big game.
Points, and the ring bonuses aren't that bad even if you pick up a couple rings. So this sounds pretty lenient. There's one problem with that. Beating Robotnik in Act 3 earns you 1,000 points. That means you aren't allowed to get any points.
This is like, this whole section is a big prototype for how I would handle difficult achievements. As such, yeah, I think it's the worst of the bunch in how I handle difficult achievements, but again, it just laid the foundation for where I would spend a lot of time detailing how to do an achievement of this kind. Now, in a video this short nowadays, I would not go into this much detail. I would not do a play-by-play. Instead, I would just overview what the difficult parts are. So it's basically, I would take the first half of this script and chop off the second half, or at least heavily abridge it, because that alone would cut off like 2 minutes. And to me, that's like a solid 2 hours of editing on like a slow day. So depending on how I'm feeling with video editing that day, 2 minutes cut off is huge. Most of the GBA, DBZ games are excellent as well. I'm glad you said most of, because counterpoint Taiketsu.
Throughout 3 whole acts. If you kill even a single badnik, reach the end of the stage with even 1 ring, or even get a single drop of time bonus, time to reset and do it all again. And yeah, it's only 3 levels. It's not like you have to play the whole game.
That's another point towards like how important delivery is for these lines. That's something that I will take from retention editing type videos, is the energy. I like having the energy in the voiceover. So if I were to do this nowadays, what's the line?
Stage with even 1 ring out to get any points at all. Throughout 3 whole acts. If you kill even a single badnik,
I guess I
reach
could
the end
just
of
pull
the
up the
stage with
script.
even 1 ring, or even get a single
hold on.
drop of time bonus, time to reset and do it all again.
It's like, I would do something closer to like, if you kill even 1 enemy, or get even a single drop of time bonus, time to reset and do it all again. You know, just energy. That's how you get people interested. You put the energy behind it, instead of just,
Ew.
just get a single drop of time, yeah, do it all again.
Ew, shut up.
Lucy dubs it my YouTuber voice, and I like that
Yeah.
term.
Yeah, it kind of throws me off the difference sometimes.
Yeah, it's a big difference, because I go from this, and then I suddenly go like, Super Mario Brothers 1 is a game that I haven't really played much, you know? I sounded like Purple Cliff there, God.
Oops.
You wouldn't know. So, yeah, it's all about delivery. It's all about, you know, putting on the voice and having energy in it.
And yeah, it's only 3 levels. It's not like you have to play the whole game with this.
I know him,
simulation.
yeah.
But fucking hell, the moment you're expected to do something perfectly with no room for error, you just know you're gonna be more prone to mistakes. Just look at these mistakes I
That's something that hasn't changed. If I have to do something over and over and over again, I'm going to be more and more prone to making mistakes the more that I end up having to do it, because I get impatient. You know, I get frustrated, and that leads to me playing worse.
What is it, Lucy?
That's why you should never talk to me.
I don't do this as much in modern videos. I should. Perfectly cut screams is like my up there for like some of my favorite type of humor. Lucy can vouch for me. That's like my favorite subreddit on like Reddit.
Oh my god.
Perfectly cut screams are so funny. I need to do them
Meanwhile,
more.
I want to hear people's tragic stories going on in their lives, and you're just like perfectly cut.
Haha, hee hee, funny scream.
How dare you, Morgan?
It's so funny. Especially the way I did. No! It's so funny. I am not smart. Oh, I'm pretty sure they do. No! There's Wario! There he is! So, hold on. Let me get him again.
Or they do.
No! The only reason I had Wario show up in this point at this part is because sometimes when I scream, I sound like Wario. I sound like Wario there, right? You know? And it happens so often to where, I sound like Wario. I could just put Wario here. I sound like Wario. I could put Wario here. Plus, I just love this image so much. I just thought, fuck it. Let's make it a recurring joke. Because it's having this image just pop up at the most random places is so funny to me. Especially in the Parappa video. There's one instance where he shows up in the Parappa video that is so funny. It is probably my favorite bit on this I hope I'm able to keep the Wario bit going, because it's the thing from this video that I think is going to ripple throughout the most videos. I love the Wario bits so much.
Oh.
In a modern video, I would cut out that groan and I would just have that really, like, fucking, like, what the hell is that? That's good. That fucking what the hell even happened there. But if you go frame by frame, you can see that he does kind of hit it. So this one is explainable. But the fact that, okay, no, maybe, no, it does look like he's kind of clearing it. Yeah, no, he cleared that. Never mind. It's like, I love, little shit like that makes these videos to me. It's you can like have the big performance you want. You can have the funniest script in the world. If you don't have little stuff like that that can make the viewer go, what the fuck? Or haha, that's really funny. Or just make them laugh. It's not as good, at least in my opinion.
Oh.
Some of these may seem stupid, and yeah, some of them are, but going through a Sonic level and being expected to ignore a good amount of the mechanics is something that my brain has to actively reprogram itself to do. It was a struggle, that's for sure. So, how did I actually do it?
Yep, this is the part I would cut out. I would heavily cut this part down, because this turns into a walkthrough, and honestly, I don't know if I want my videos to be walkthroughs. There's like a 2 to 3 minute segment of the Sonic Heroes video where I go over in detail that Team Dark achievement in Final Fortress. I would just cut that out now, because I don't want my videos to devolve into a walkthrough, because I feel like that gets boring.
In all honesty, it just comes down to being able to dodge the badniks in just the right way.
Yeah, don't get hit, idiot.
In Act 1, you're given a lot of leniency in how you can move around and jump over things, so this is probably the easiest of the 3 stages. Coming up to this tube, you want to hold left and avoid launching upwards. If you launch from this tube, where Sonic will end up launching himself is, as far as I know, completely random.
Sometimes being a guide can be helpful. That's true. I would save that for, like, that would be good shorts content, I'll say. That would be good for shorts, not so much for long-term videos.
So there's a chance you'll end up slamming into one of the badniks by sheer dumb luck, and you'll lose your run. Instead, following the bottom path will not only give you...
Especially since I'm pretty sure YouTube Shorts can go up to 3 minutes now, right? So yeah, it would make real good shorts content.
You consistent obstacles to dodge, but also these convenient badniks and this set of spikes to easily lose your rings with minimal risk of grabbing more on accident.
I will say, now that I saw that zoom, I do feel like I overuse zooms a little bit. That's one of my main, like, here's how, when I nitpick myself type things. I do think I overuse zooms. Not that there's really a problem with that. You know, it's nice to, like, have something constantly happening on the screen. You know, like I said earlier. I feel like there are other ways I could do it, though.
Be careful at this last jump, because if you fuck it up, the screen will lock with
Yes,
no
I
way
would
for
say
you to
that,
lose
bro.
the rings you grab. After that, you're at the goal. But you shouldn't complete the level just yet. Remember, there's a time bonus to contend with that'll give you points if you beat the level too quickly. Instead, activate your latent time manipulation powers and only beat the level when the timer is past 5 minutes. This will give you no time bonus and let you continue with 0 points.
See, that's a good tip. Because, yeah, most people probably wouldn't think to do that, but that should be saved for, like, a short.
Act 2 is more of the same, just a bit harder.
The problem, here's the problem with shorts, right? I've only made a few of them. It's like an entirely different atmosphere than, like, long-form videos. You're targeting a different audience when you do shorts. They probably wouldn't have, like, and this isn't like an insult or anything. When people watch shorts, they won't stick around to listen to how you did a certain achievement, right? They would probably get bored. It would have to be way more, like, snappy. And that's getting into the realm of retention editing, to me. And Lucy wasn't here for this, so I'll say it again. I despise retention editing. to its very core. I don't like it. I don't like it. I will never want my content to have the, like, overstimulating visuals and the sound effects and the soulless music and any of that. No. No.
Darn it, my raspberries aren't going through.
Damn.
Discord
like-
hates raspberries.
So, I've been very hesitant to do shorts. For my own channel, I've been very hesitant to do shorts.
The key here is to not rush things. Making a risky jump is more than likely going to lead to you destroying an enemy by accident. You're much better off tiptoeing through each of these levels, watching each enemy carefully to see what they do, and then reacting accordingly.
Yep, there it is. just be careful. Don't go too fast. Don't get hit. Those are the three things I think I say the most in these videos. And the thing is, I don't know how to substitute them.
By this point in the level, I take a hit on this enemy, and then take the bottom path down here to dodge the tunnel full of rings. As long as you're careful and don't do anything dumb, this bottom path has no risk of grabbing rings, and gives you an easy spot to wait at the goal for the 5-minute mark. Act 3 is the second easiest level in my opinion, but at this point my nerves would be so high that I would end up making a stupid mistake anyway. Again, take your time, take no risks, and inch your way forward. Even if
Take your time, don't get hit, move slow.
if you end up losing a life to something, as long as you didn't get any points, it's actually not that big a deal. Just keep going. I end up taking the bottom path here, which is a mistake since there's more badniks to potentially lose your run to. You should instead focus on taking the top path and not worry about needing to lose your rings. Once you reach the boss, you're basically home free. If you have any rings, just be sure to lose them all before dealing the final hit.
It really did not look like I was
You're basically
gonna
home
lose
free.
those rings.
If you have any rings, just be sure to lose
I think
them
that was just an accident that I got hit. I would have been so pissed.
small before dealing the final hit, getting your 1,000 points, and making sure not to forget to wait the 5 minutes for the love of God.
You only get 1,000 points.
Yeah, this took under 3 hours. That's crazy. Even the Parappa one didn't take that short. I think it's going to be a long time before we get a game that's going to take this short. Sonic Drift might. Some of the Game Gear games might be this short. Jammer Lammy's not going to be this short. It's going to be probably at least a couple streams because there's a lot of shit to do in that game. Parappa was one stream, but again, it was like an hour longer. I will, Fur. That's on the list.
I think that's it. We'll see. I hope it fucking pops.
It's probably after this.
Probably after this.
Hey.
That's the most excited I've ever heard Heartless during one of these. He is flat out when, woo!
After this.
Probably after this.
Woo!
Hey.
Mastered Sonic the Hedgehog.
And yeah, this was my first time seeing that too. I don't really express it in the video, but yeah, that's my first time seeing that master thing. I didn't know that popped up, so I thought I was gonna have to have some kind of graphic or something to like show that I actually did it. No, that pops up, and I'm like, and in my head, I'm like, oh, thank God, good. I don't have to show it somehow.
And there you have it. Sonic.
I didn't do the glowy effect on the thing either. That started in Sonic 2. When I finish the counter, nowadays, I will put a glowy effect on the text and like do a thing that it kind of flickers in and out. I like that. It's those small touches. It didn't exist in this video because again, I just want to get something out. That's those small touches. I'm telling you. This mean you'd be playing Mean Bean Machine? I suck absolute ass at puzzle games. If I did a puzzle game, that would probably take me 20 plus hours to master because I suck so much ass at it. So, solid maybe, but don't hold your breath.
1 has been mastered. Overall, this wasn't really as hard as I thought it would be. Retro achievements tend to have this reputation of having balls to the wall, utterly insane achievements.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, some of the achievements in other Sonic games are fucking ridiculous.
Ah, yes! That's the achievement that made me cry in Sonic 2, not joking! If you don't know the story, if you watch the Sonic 2 video, after that Silver Sonic attempt, I tried this achievement, and there was an attempt where I made it to Silver Sonic and then died in the stupidest possible way. And then after fucking that up, I just ended the stream abruptly and just literally went and cried. So, yeah, not fun. But no, it was Silver Sonic.
This game was relatively tame, with the harder
Oh, this is different from how I
achievements being
do
more
it.
of a fun
Oh,
challenge
I
than-
know what happened. I recorded... This is a video, what I'm showing. The scrolling, that's a video, right? So I didn't know how to not make the picture thing happen. So instead of just using the same screenshot again, I just recorded a video of me slowly scrolling through the achievements. That's not... That's kind of a hacky workaround. I wouldn't do that now. I would just have the screenshot because I know how to take a screenshot now. But yeah.
a frustrating test of
Wait, no, this is the... Wait, then what is this? It... Oh, no, it's not a video. Never mind. You know what it is? It's me making the screenshot full screen, scrolling through it, and then making a nested sequence of that, and then scaling that up. I don't know why I would do it that... Why would I do it that way? Was it because I thought that the image would be too, like, big to,
I don't
scroll?
fucking know.
Weird. Anyway, I'm only just now noticing that the people that booted up Sonic 1 and did retro achievements for it, only 11%, like 12% of them actually beat the game. And out of those 12%, how many? 10, 20, 30, 39 of them did not, beat the final zone. Huh. Who made it to final zone and then quit? Huh.
patience. But who knows, maybe if I find the time, I'll do another one of these if you guys want me to. This was a pretty good time, all things considered. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go get Sonic some towels.
And he
still
never
looks-
did another video again.
This is
That
the
was the
shortest.
last-
This is the shortest intro, but that's also because I didn't want to say, "Oh, hey, I'll do this next time," because I have a nasty habit. Yeah, it's funny, Morgan. I had a nasty habit until everything wrong with of just starting something and then abandoning it very shortly after.
Well, not as bad as me.
True.
How many Gmails do I have?
Oh my god. So this is actually a very smart outro, because then if this video had absolutely fucking bombed, like 500 views bombed, we're talking, I could have just tried something else. No commitments, no committing to anything. Just, I did this idea, I tried it, it didn't work, let's try something else. So not having an outro is actually very smart. But now that it's successful and I've got like 9 of these under my belt, yeah. Now I do the proper outro.
Cringe.
There is something to be said. It's definitely the YouTube as a business way of thinking, YouTube to make money way of thinking. There's something to be said about having long, drawn-out outros being bad, because people click off quicker, which does bad things to your viewer retention. But, like, just make your outros more engaging. Simple as that. No.
Maybe people too lazy to click away while they have you in the background.
Exactly.
Lull them to sleep.
I don't know. I like my end screen. It'll play in a minute.
Good time, all things considered. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go get Sonic some towels. He still looks pretty waterlogged from all that drowning I forced him to endure.
I love that bit. I love this bit.
Get Sonic some towels.
You could probably
He's
notice it. This footage does not... This footage loops very quickly. See if you can notice it.
still looks pretty waterlogged from all that drowning I forced him to endure earlier.
But yeah, this end screen. It's very much... Oh, the end screen works. Normally it does... Oh. No. For some reason, on my browser specifically, the playlist is supposed to be over here. The playlist just won't show up on end screens for me. I have no idea why. It's just a me thing. Any other browser I try, it shows up fine. Firefox, it doesn't. I don't know. It's weird.
Maybe Firefox is too good for you.
Yeah, this end screen obviously is a holdover from my everything wrong with days. I like it. I don't know. It's a good vibe. I like it. Especially when it's like off the back of like a really long video, like the Sonic Adventure ones. I think it is satisfying to just have a chill song at the end while this plays. I like it. I don't like Steven Universe Future like at all, but this is like, this and the Being Human song are like the two things I hold very close from that show, because I think it's really good. And that's the Sonic 1 video. Overall, you can see where the foundations were. You can see that, you know, there were things that I did good and that I carried forward. And there were things that I did not so good, that after I learned how to properly do this video and what I wanted the format to look like, I abandoned and dropped like a hot potato. But looks good. Overall, I'd still say it's worth it. This is definitely one of those videos that I'm going to look back on in about 2 to 3 years and probably think, wow, compared to what I'm making now, this is absolute trash. And that's fine. That's a good thing, because it means I'm getting better. Hell, I'm probably going to look back at the Sonic 2 video one day and think, wow, this is absolute trash. You know? There's some things to be talked about in these videos still. The main thing that I'm thinking of right now is sometimes when I don't like a game, the Sonic 2 video, for example, I don't like Sonic 2, in case you haven't watched that video yet. And I'm very, very hard on it in that video. And I will admit, at some points it does get a little overbearing. And I have put thoughts towards, like, really toning down when I'm, like, bashing something. I don't know. Part of it, I think it adds to the charm. Part of it, I think, it gives the videos, my own unique spin to it, because there's definitely not a lot of people out there that are going to tell you their design grievances with Sonic 2. Let me tell you.
Even if you're joking, you probably shouldn't insult yourself.
Yeah. But either way, what the hell was I saying? God, I forgot.
I don't know. I don't understand most words that have been coming out of your mouth.
Sorry.
I don't want you to apologize, Jade. No, don't apologize.
Oh yeah, I remember. And I'm telling you now, if that Sonic Unleashed every achievement video ever becomes a thing in the next 3 years or so, brace yourself, because I'm going to say some things about Sonic Unleashed that I think you're going to hate me for, and that's fine. I think Sonic Unleashed is not a good game, and I will probably be expressing that. But by then, I think I will have toned it down significantly. So yeah, I don't think I really have anything else to add. I guess I could open the floor up for questions for maybe about 15 minutes or so. If you got any questions about my process or anything I do, now's your time. The floor is yours.
Right.
Yeah. Sonic, Mario 1 video. I wanted it to come out this month, but it's looking less and less likely as time goes on, mainly due to I get headaches some days, so I can't really do that much. Looking at a screen is a little hard sometimes those days. Sometimes I just get really burned out and I don't want to do video stuff that day. That sort of thing. How did you find retro achievements? I think I just saw a YouTube video on it. I don't remember which one. Oh, wait, no. I don't think it was a YouTube video. I was pissing around with an emulator. It might have been RetroArch. And I saw an achievements tab, and I'm like, what is this for? None of these games have achievements.
John, you didn't say emulator right.
Emulator.
Thank you.
And so I looked it up, the website they pointed me to, and it's like, oh, this is neat. Was it different editing something that wasn't everything wrong with? Oh, absolutely. Like I said, the Save the Light video that's currently sitting at 2 million views. Yeah, that was very different. I carried some principles over. Like, it's not like you edit a different format and all your editing skills just go out the window or anything like that. There's still some principles I carried over, like how to zoom, how to paste things, certain effects that you use, that sort of thing. Other than that, it was pretty different. What is a game you really hope will get retro achievements one day? I don't really have any hopes for like stuff that would get retro achievements.
What about
honestly,
Cats 2?
yeah, sure. Apparently, and take this with a grain of salt, I could be entirely wrong when I say this. Supposedly, Wii support is coming soon. For like on Dolphin there will be like Wii support. So we'll be seeing a lot of Wii games, and honestly, I want to see Secret Rings get a set, and I want to see Black Knight get a set, if only so I can stream those games and tell you people, scream it to the heavens. Those games are great. Love the storybook games. Love that shit. I want to share that with the world.
Cats 2 on the Wii.
Yeah, I could get a set. You know?
Oh my god. I'm afraid they'd go too hard on it though, because like there are like some collection elements in that game.
Yeah.
So that might like if they actually went into that could be a lot.
I don't know if you saw my question, but have you played any of the Goemon games? No. No. Little niche. Hold on.
I'm tired.
How does emulating the Wii Motion work? There is a setup floating around out there that lets you play it with button controls. I would use that. It is entirely possible. I do have the means to hook up an actual Wii remote and use it. I might need to buy a new Dolphin bar for that because mine's a little finicky. But there is a way. I would just use button controls because I've not played Secret Rings with button controls, and I bet it would feel heavenly. So, yeah. And Black Knight specifically, you know, waggle you can just map to a button. So you would just hit the shoulder button to swing your sword or something like that. So that sort of thing. Floor's still open. If you've got any other questions about my creative process, you know, retro achievement stuff in general. Floor's open.
Fuck the floor.
I'm just giving my throat a break. It's hurting a little.
That floor sucks. I'm gonna beat the crap out of the floor.
Beat the crap.
I'm tired. Why am I tired?
I don't know. When'd you wake up?
Like 6 something?
Yeah, I would explain it.
No, no.
Man, you have my dad's bedtime.
Totally. No.
You have my dad's schedule.
Are you calling me an old man?
Morgan. Yeah, I am.
No.
What else would you do differently if you were to revise your older retro achievements videos? I can tell you one thing for a fact. If I were to do the Sonic Heroes video again, I would cut way the hell back on the Tommy Deal jokes. Because here's a little thing for you that egg on my face, you know, I shouldn't have done it. I mentioned him so many times in that video, and I made it a running joke that I would like, oh, his guides are like high literature. Kind of made it sound like I was making fun of him. And I don't like that. And also I got word from like someone that he was not comfortable with how much I brought him up in the video. So like, it's not something I could really do anything about now without either cutting those parts of the video out and ruining the pacing, or just re-uploading it entirely and losing all those views, I feel bad because I should not have brought him up so many times. Tommy Deal is a guy that wrote in the comments section for some of the Sonic Heroes achievements, the ones where he had to get a bunch of 1-ups. He wrote a guide for each of them, like where their locations were. And so in the video, because I referenced his guide so many times, I made it a running thing where I would just, instead of bringing up, hey, I looked at Tommy Deal's guide for this, I would just make up various stupid ways of how to bring up the guide. And I should have handled it better. I should not have done it as many times as I did. I probably shouldn't have even done it at all. That's probably my biggest regret with these videos so far. I should have handled that better. I should not have wrote that the way I did. If Tommy happens to be watching this, I'm sorry. I didn't like want to make you uncomfortable. I'm really sorry that I did. I will watch myself in the future for that.
Did you mention all that to me at any point?
I don't know if I did.
I don't think you did. I'm like, what the fuck? This is the first time I'm hearing this shit.
Yeah, well, it's not something I like to talk about, you know?
Well,
I hate that I did that.
I still want to know what's going on in your world.
I know.
Anyways, I'm not an old man yet.
Not yet.
Someday, but not yet.
Whew. I'm thinking we're probably not going to have many more questions.
I'm tired.
That's fair. In that case, unless I'm going to give it another couple minutes, and if I don't see a question pop up on the stream.
I can come up with a question. Is that a good question?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Would you be willing to 100% achievements in a Mario Kart? Mario Kart is on the brain. However, the way I like to do it with Sonic Heroes as the blatant exception, I like to play things in order. So if I were to, the main hang up for me is I would want to start with Super Mario Kart. And in my opinion, Super Mario Kart is not a good video game. So I would not be having fun with that.
Wow. I can't believe Ready YouTube told me to shut up.
Huh.
Damn.
What inspired me to do YouTube? I just was on YouTube and I thought, hey, I could do that. You too. Stupid. But yeah, I just kind of got the spark and I went for it. And it didn't really actually go anywhere until 2016, so yeah, what can you do? Open a cameo, oh god. What? I'm gonna do that. There we go. Oh, that'll help. Alright. I'm out of here now. It's been fun. Sorry if the last bit was awkward. I just wanted to make sure, you know, we're missing anything. I hope you guys enjoyed. I don't know when I'm going to stream this week because with how I've been lately, streaming has not been something I've really wanted to do. So there might not be very many streams this week. I can't really promise anything. I might stop again for a little bit.
I wish I could be there.
I know. I hope you guys enjoyed, though. This has been Supersonic 1014. And I'll see you guys next time, whenever I stream. Whenever it'll be.
Someday.
Someday. I'll see you guys then. Bye bye.